Good morning. Welcome to Immigration Sensation. I'm an immigrant, Teresa Fachola. I'm your host, Carol Maple Teresa, to ask you a few questions.
Hi, thanks for having me, Carol. It's great to get away from the kids for a while.
Speaking of kids, how many do you have?
Well, I have 10. It was a lot of work having 10 kids, and it was expensive, like buying food and a car to fit all 10 of them. We actually had to get 2 cars. I only have 7 kids when I immigrated, but then when I got there, I had 3 more kids.
That's a lot of kids. Well, I think we should get to some other things. Like, how old were you when you immigrated?
Well, I was 32 years old.
You were pretty young to have 7 kids when you were only 32. How old were you when you had your first child?
When I immigrated, my oldest was 13, so when I had my first child, I was 19.
Well, that's pretty young to have a baby nowadays. Why did you immigrate to the United States?
Well, I immigrated because I had a large family. My husband and I were looking for better life and better opportunities.
Well, I think those are pretty good reasons. Where did you immigrate from, and what year did you enter?
I immigrated in 1952, and I came from Calabria, Italy. I entered in New York City.
Well, that's a long time ago, and New York City is where we are right now. I have never been to any part of Italy. Where did you first live?
I first lived in Detroit, Michigan. That is where we live now.
What is an interesting story when you immigrated?
I was worried they wouldn't let my family off the ship because my son, Giancarlo, started singing the Communist National Anthem. To this day, I still don't know why he sang it.
What was your first job when you entered the United States?
Well, I did have 10 children, so being a mother to my children was my job. I have never had a job, even when I was in Italy. My husband did have a job, though.
Well, that's a hard job. What year were you born, and what did you learn in school?
I was born in 1920. When I was 9, I learned that when your husband got home from work, you need to have dinner ready, prepare the children, prepare yourself. But that all changed in the 1950s. It was more equal, and more women got jobs.
What was the most popular fashion in the 1950s?
I really liked Elvis Presley, and so did my sons. I think Elvis was the most popular music in the 1950s.
I like Elvis Presley, too. What was it like in the United States when you moved here?
Well, when I moved here, the United States was busy compared to everything nowadays. Things are very cheap.
Well, folks, thanks for tuning in to Immigration Sensation.
Good morning, folks, and welcome back to the Immigration Meditation in New York City. I'm your host, Catherine Scales. Today I'm here with Angelo Marco Tesistrio. How does it feel to be here, Angelo?
It feels great, Catherine. Thank you for having me.
No problem, Angelo. Today I'm going to be asking you some questions about your journey to America.
Okay, what do you want to know?
Well, how old were you when you immigrated to America?
Well, I was born in 1909 and I immigrated in 1935. So I think I was about 27 years old.
Wow, you were young. What country did you come from?
I came from Genoa, Italy.
Oh, that's amazing. Italian food is the best.
Oh yes, my mother made the best pasta.
Oh, pasta's the best. My favorite is spaghetti. What's yours?
I love them all, but if I had to choose, it would be ravioli.
Oh, that's a good one. What music did you like in Italy as a kid?
I liked Italian classical music when I was 11. It was very popular.
Speaking of popular, what was the popular fashion in the 1900s?
Well, to school, we got to wear whatever we wanted. But when inside the school, we got to put on smocks. I think it was for freedom of what to wear, but also looking similar.
Some schools in America have uniforms and others don't. I think the rule in Italy is reasonable. What did you wear formally? What would you like to put your hat down?
Sure, and thanks, Catherine. I'm not wearing it right now because I am a gentleman and I always wear suits. I always wear hats but take them off indoors. When I was a child, I wore long coats, socks, and pants. That was the style.
That's quite different from us, but it sounds like a sweet life to me. Why did you choose to come to America?
I came because I was adventurous. I wanted to explore America, and my uncle lives here, so I could live with him.
Oh, that's nice. Where did you enter?
I entered New York Harbor.
So did you come by vote?
Yep, I didn't even come legally.
You heard it, folks. Angelo Marco Tesistrio is a criminal.
I am not a criminal.
Well, if you do something illegal, you're a criminal.
Oh no, I got that cleared up years ago.
How about you tell us the story about how this happened?
Sure, Catherine. I was selling my goods on the Italian merchant Moran when we came to America. I was wondering about how different America was from Italy. I decided I wanted to explore more than just the harbor, even though getting off at that point was illegal. I told the captain of the ship my decision, and he said he'd give me 24 hours to run and hide somewhere in America before he called the cops.
And your parents were okay with this?
My mom, Rosa Bisco, died when I was 9, and my father, Carlo Tesistro, would not have been okay with it. I got away with it because he found out when I was already here.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Where did you run and hide to?
My uncle lived in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so I decided to go there. I knew my uncle wouldn't let the cops take me away if they found me.
Well, that's a relief. Finding a job without getting caught would have been hard. What did you end up doing?
My uncle's friend owned a shop called the Puccini Novelty Statuary Company. It was in Chicago, Illinois. I molded with clay and sometimes painted. I didn't get caught because I know that any friend of my uncle would have been a friend of mine and would never tell the cops on me.
Did you ever fill out the papers to be legal?
Yep, I eventually fell in love with my uncle's friend's daughter. We got married in 1937, and I went to Canada just to come back legally. I have the papers right here. I had 3 beautiful kids, Janet, Ralph, and Bob Tesistro.
They sound like great kids. It must have been hard to afford everything for them.
Well, actually, the pricing was very different when I traveled here. $1 in 1935 was $18.78. I got a house for about $3,450, a car for $625, and a gallon of gas for 10 cents. The food was also really cheap. I could get a hamburger for 11 cents and a loaf of bread for 8 cents. I never really bought food at stores, though. I always ate at restaurants.
Well, I think I want to go back in time now. I would be rich. But because I can't time travel, that's it for our show. Thank you for coming, Angela, and thank you for watching, folks. Good night, New York.